equivalent, provided you're equally good at bass guitar.
Oh. Wow.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, oh, we're just doing an interview.
Really?
Yeah, well, you want to be part of it?
I wanted to listen to David Guetta, but I'll let you guys finish that.
Okay.
Good job.
Thanks. Definitely don't want his job. Probably Hunter's job. Because I think, you know, bass is really only a couple parts removed from drums. You know, it's still part of the rhythm section. I think if my mind works reasonably well as a drummer, it could work half as well as a bass player. You know, obviously, everyone would want to be a singer in a band, but I think it takes a certain type of person and a certain type of charisma and showmanship that I just don't possess and don't really aspire to. And guitar player is a mystery. You know,
yeah, guitar player is a little bit of a wild card.
Yeah, playing guitar is just there's so much sort of expression involved, and I just prefer the more nuts and bolts of things. It's just the way my mind works.
So I've noticed that Beautiful Thieves in the interview from December Underground have similarities drum-wise. For one, the beat pattern in the verse. Like, I was listening to a drum track of Beautiful Thieves, and then I heard the interview a few days later, and they're almost identical.
Sort of. I can see what you're saying.
And then there's also that quiet part after the first chorus where it's sort of atmospheric, and there's a couple of
Right.
And like, were you aware of the similarity, and was it intentional?
No, it wasn't intentional. No, I wasn't really aware of it, but actually it makes a lot of sense. They're sort of different. Like the kick drum pattern is pretty similar, and the hi-hat has certain accents, certain hi-hat blues. The Beautiful Thieves is a little more up-tempo. It's more of a massive attack type.
It's a little quicker.
Yeah, but yeah, that's good ear. Good job. It wasn't intentional. I guess it's just, when I sort of hear the music, I kind of respond to it, and it kind of goes from there. But that's a pretty astute observation.
Which is easier for you, the simpler but faster beats of the older by songs from the 90s, or the newer, generally more complex ones that are on the synthesizer and
well, it used to be that the faster songs were easier because there's kind of less of a pocket. The faster you play, the more it's just kind of steady and like a gallop. And when you play slow, there's more room to be late or early on hits and to sort of rush, or lag in the pocket. So it used to be the case where it was easier going fast, but then we sort of played slower tempo stuff for so long, and I really, on my own, sort of explored playing slower tempos. I feel like I got better doing that, and playing fast is a lot about conditioning and stuff, and I got pretty bad at it for a while. But now I'm working on the balance. I'm working on being able to sort of flip-flop between the different tempos and being okay with it.
Because you'll play a song from Sing the Sorrow and then you'll go back to a song like NyQuil. Is that a tough transition concert?
Kind of, because it's a different style. I mean, not to be super boring for non-drummers, but like the faster you play, kind of the lighter you hit, the more finesse you need. Whereas the slower you play, the more you can really dig in. So sometimes when we play NyQuil out of a slow song, I'll try to approach that song playing really heavy-handed and really playing hard with my foot. And that's really hard to maintain for a full 3-minute song or 2-minute. Probably song is only like a minute and a half. But it's just that your technique has to change, so you have to be aware of it, and you have to learn to dial back the intensity and to play at 70% or something. If you play we used to play an entire set of fast songs back in the day, and I just had a certain posture and way of playing that suited that. And same thing with the slower stuff. So going back and forth is a little trickier, but that's the mark of a good drummer, I suppose.
For AFI's first few albums on Nitro Records, how much time did you have to record drum parts compared to newer music, and how much impact that made? I'm sure it's great.
Well, with Answer That, I think I did the drums in 1 day. We did the whole album in 7 days or 8 days. Very proud of you. We spent 2 weeks, so I probably spent 2 days or 3 days, maybe 3 days on the drums. Shut Your Mouth, I think I took 3 or 4 days, and I know Art of Drowning was the first time that it took like a whole week, because we spent a month making that record. I try to drop my drumsticks as much as possible before the show. So
I'll do that.
Yeah, I kind of get it out of my system. Sometimes, you know, with Sing the Sorrow, I spent weeks on the drums, and it got to the point where we were spending more time fussing with the drums and tuning them and trying things that I was really getting frustrated and just wanted to play. I think with Crash Love, we had the perfect balance of getting really good sounds and really spending time getting the drums perfect, but not overthinking it, and just spending a lot of time playing. You know, so I think I did all the drums in about a week. Then we fired the producer, and I had to do it all over again in another week, so it evened itself out. But
No, not giving too much away, what can you tell us about the song unreleased from December Underground called The View From Here? Is it very different from other songs on the record, like Fainting Spells is different?
it's a really, excuse me, it's a unique song, and I really like it. It's really moody and atmospheric.